Asbestos is a naturally occurring mineral. It can be used in a range of materials because of its versatility. It's strong, heat resistant, and has insulating properties. Asbestos can be woven into fabrics, mixed with cement, even used in brake linings. In fact, it could be used for everything from fireproof vests to building material. When asbestos is broken, microscopic fibres are released and they can be breathed into our lungs. The fibres pierce our lungs and cause scarring. The asbestos fibres remain in our lungs and scarring continues to develop and spread for many years. Health problems and disease can take years to become obvious. In Australia, asbestos was widely used between 1946 and 1980. However, in the 70s, when the dangers to people's health became more apparent, it was phased out. It was banned entirely in 2003. Asbestos is ever present in the Northern Territory's remote Indigenous communities, in houses, in shops, in parks, in landfills, even on the beaches.
Marna nyanga marna 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 ya nera you camera chili pegana warna here es pues nyambu jo warna bia nyanga warna bia nyambu nyanga warna bia kaji mapande ni kan bia karamani puisin wana mus nait kajin biya mem slip kira yam biya cukup kapunyara kajin gel pandene puisin kajin gel pandene kapun gel yakar man slip changa and puisin wana bojo.
Many residents are not aware of the dangers of asbestos. There are stories of young children playing amongst crumbling asbestos buildings and youths vandalising asbestos-containing material in old buildings. We need to protect each other from the dangers of asbestos. With federal funding, the Northern Territory Department of Local Government and Community Services has implemented a project to reduce the risk of asbestos in public buildings in 54 remote Indigenous communities. By the end of June 2016, all immediate and medium risk asbestos will have been removed from these public assets. However, those buildings still contain low-risk asbestos, and in those cases, they've been labelled with stickers that indicate the health risks. The federal government is working towards eradicating asbestos altogether by the year 2030.
The program operates from the Tiwi Islands, Groot Island, across the whole of the northern region, through the central region, right the way down to the southern region where we are now in Santa Teresa. But the program itself has developed to become slightly more than just an asbestos hazard remediation. It's actually developed into a significant local employment and local development program, but it's also been a tremendous response by the local people in wanting to participate in the program and understand about asbestos, the hazards of asbestos, and then participating in making their own communities safe.
What is the most important thing once we've got it in the bag and we've taped it down and we've wiped it down? What is the most important thing we have to have on the bag? Label. Yeah.
You're spending, in this case, $19.6 million across the whole of the Northern Territory. There must be some benefits that accrue to local people. You're going into the local communities and you're spending money in the local communities. Only reasonable that we should make every effort to ensure that there is an opportunity for local economic participation.
Good. So it sucks in there, you know it's airtight. Okay, ready for takeoff?
So the program has rolled out in a significant number of communities, and in those communities we have predominantly trained males, young men mostly. So the department decided to approach the remaining communities on a bit more equitable basis.
This asbestos removal program is providing training and employment opportunities for women in remote communities.
It's a historic moment for us. We've got 5 girls trained up in nationally accredited licence removal.
Yeah, number of white polar gang black jam book chap gang and work it Pratt Jangalba and yeah, show man gang everything and so we can show others in this community. Yundum Nangan Panjan traffic world preparo. Ampia Tapulung cleaning man ganal number of Mikman service or Maracolong. Sangan Pakan Bam Sri Pala learning man world prepar Kandakanda. Sangan Pakan work there to show other young people logo Nambla Yundumna to make people proud. Yababat world preparo. Maybe in the future, young people look to man conduct what mada. Angan pal ko jana work the ambara ko laja if take it another work jam contract or laja like looking after a community like amngan paklang world preparo lang country amyundum.
Yeah, we're just going to introduce these guys that have come out to do a bit of work around the community, removing asbestos. Some of it's actually down in our trade training centre down the back. Which is where we have been conducting some seminars at the school to various age groups. When we're working, we have these signs in place. This one means you've got to wear a half mask.
And a special suit that won't contaminate her clothing.
Because when removing asbestos, there's always the chance that asbestos fibres, dust, could be released in the air.
So if you see a sticker like this, that means that material contains asbestos. You shouldn't break it, kick it, smash it, do anything to it that would cause any dust or fibres.
When you see broken debris on the ground, we really want to teach the kids to stay away from that. And actually having these Indigenous ladies trained up, hopefully the aim is eventually that they can go out and they can do a safe removal, teach others and also pass the message on and make their community safe.
Everything is done in compliance with codes and legislation, making sure there is no danger to anyone. Because asbestos fibres are invisible to our eyes, specialist hygienists are used to monitor the air around clearance sites.
I'll be conducting air monitoring around the boundary during removal works, and every night I'll check the fibre results and I'll issue that to Mines daily. Following removal, I'll come in and do clearances to make sure that they've removed everything appropriately, remove nails, any waste materials, and then I'll issue a clearance certificate.
Will inhaling one asbestos fibre cause you damage? No. However, the higher the exposure, the higher the risk. So if you're kicking in the walls of an asbestos building, you're probably breathing in an enormous amount of asbestos fibres. But asbestos is no longer used, is it? It is. Asbestos can be found in products that are imported into Australia, as well as, obviously, in the products that are still in use. Is picking up asbestos dangerous? Yes, it is, but it doesn't have to be. And if it's absolutely necessary for you to remove the piece of asbestos, then you should wear the protective clothing. You should keep the asbestos wet so as not to release any fibres. You should store it in a plastic bag and you should dispose of it in the correct way.
The truck has to be licensed to carry the asbestos waste. Then we go out, and this waste here is going to Alice Springs. It goes to an approved dump site which takes asbestos, and it goes to a certain area of the dump. The person working at the dump, he comes along with the excavator and he'll bury it straight away.
We are all working together to keep our community safe.